Maria stood in the middle of her tiny apartment, trying to quiet the screams of her 6-month-old son, Liam, while frantically searching for her only clean blouse. Morning light seeped through the blinds, catching the mess of bottles, diapers, and half-packed baby bag on the floor. Today was important, an interview for a job she desperately needed, but life didn't seem to care. Her alarm had gone off late after another sleepless night, and now her babysitter had just texted, "Sorry, can't make it." She felt the tightness in her chest rise. Could she even show up with a baby in tow? Would they laugh her out of the office? But not going wasn't an option. The rent was overdue. Her fridge had more empty shelves than food. She didn't need a job for comfort, she needed it to survive. She glanced at the clock. Already behind. With trembling hands, she pulled Liam into his carrier, threw on the wrinkled blouse, and tucked her creased resume into her worn-out bag. "We're going," she whispered to Liam, kissing his forehead, trying to convince herself just as much as him. She stepped out into the summer heat, walking fast toward the bus stop, heart pounding. Every step was a gamble. She knew how this might look. A late, sweaty, frazzled woman showing up with a crying baby. But Maria had no choice. She walked on, not with polish, but with grit. She might be late, but she was still going. And that had to count for something. Maria pushed through the glass doors of the towering office building, her cheeks flushed from the heat and the anxious rush. Liam squirmed in the sling across her chest, his cries rising again despite her gentle rocking. The lobby was pristine, white marble floors, modern art on the walls, and the low hum of quiet professionalism. Heads turned as she stepped inside. A man in a tailored suit glanced at her, then quickly away. Two women near the elevator exchanged looks. Maria felt their eyes like spotlights, each step echoing louder than the last. She swallowed hard, straightened her shoulders, and approached the front desk. The receptionist looked up, blinking at the sight of Maria and her baby. "Hi, can I help you?" she asked hesitantly. I have a 10 o'clock interview with Mr. Carter," Maria said, trying to sound steady. "I'm so sorry I'm late. My sitter cancelled in." The woman paused, then gave a slow nod. "Let me call upstairs." Maria shifted her weight, bouncing Liam gently as he fussed. A man in a blazer walked past and shook his head. She stared at the floor, her face burning. What was she thinking, coming here like this? A minute felt like an hour before the receptionist said, "You can go up. 11th floor. He's waiting." Maria blinked. He was still willing to see her. She exhaled, surprised, grateful, and terrified. Tightening her hold on Liam, she stepped into the elevator, bracing for whatever came next. The elevator doors opened with a soft chime, and Maria stepped into a sleek, modern hallway. Glass walls, polished floors, and rows of offices stretched before her. Every footstep felt like thunder in the quiet. Liam let out a fresh wail just as she reached the door marked CEO, Mr. Carter. She knocked softly, her heart in her throat. "Come in," a voice called. She pushed the door open, her voice catching. I'm so sorry I'm late. My son, there was no one to watch him and I didn't want to cancel." But before she could finish, Mr. Carter stood from behind his desk, not with irritation, but with a warm, curious smile. He was older than she expected, silver hair, kind eyes behind simple glasses. Instead of addressing the delay, he walked around the desk and knelt gently in front of Liam, who was still whimpering. "Well, hello there, little man," he said, making a silly face. Liam blinked, stunned into silence for the first time all morning. Maria stood frozen. This wasn't what she had braced for. No lecture. No judgment. Mr. Carter stood and looked at her. "You showed up. That already tells me more than any resume." She blinked, unsure whether to cry or speak. "Let's talk," he said, gesturing to the chair across from him. "Tell me your story." I want to hear it, from the beginning. And just like that, the interview became something else entirely, real, human, and unexpectedly kind. Maria sat in stunned silence as the interview wound down. What began as an apology had turned into a conversation about resilience, motherhood, and the quiet strength it takes to show up when everything feels impossible. Mr. Carter had asked about her past roles, her dreams, even how she managed sleepless nights and early mornings. She answered with honesty, sometimes shame, sometimes pride. At the end, he leaned back, hands folded thoughtfully. "Maria," he said gently, "we need people like you, people who know how to keep going, even when life doesn't play fair." Her breath caught. Was this real? "I want to offer you a position," he continued. "Flexible hours, remote options when needed. We have a childcare program downstairs, fully covered. It's not charity. It's recognizing potential." For a moment, Maria couldn't speak. She clutched Liam tighter, tears rising before she could stop them. No one had ever met her chaos with compassion. No one had looked past the mess to see the fight underneath. "I don't know what to say," she whispered. Mr. Carter smiled. "Just say yes. And when you're ready, help someone else who's walking in your shoes." Maria nodded, tears falling freely now. This wasn't just a job. It was hope. A lifeline. A reminder that in a world quick to judge, someone had chosen to believe. She walked out of the office not just employed, but transformed. For the first time in a long while, the future didn't feel like something to fear. It felt like something she could build. 1 year later, the same elevator dinged open. But this time, Maria stepped out not as a nervous applicant, but as a confident project manager. Her heels clicked steadily down the hall, her hair pulled back neatly, a soft smile on her face. She passed the CEO's office, now familiar, and waved to colleagues who greeted her by name. Her desk sat by a window, a framed photo of Liam, now a happy toddler, smiling beside her computer. The baby bag was gone, replaced by a leather notebook and a calendar filled with meetings she led. She was living proof of what could happen when someone was seen, not dismissed. As she sipped her morning coffee, she noticed a young woman in the lobby downstairs through the glass walls, flushed, flustered, holding a crying baby. Maria's breath caught. The same fear, the same uncertainty, that had been her. Without hesitation, she headed down, her heels softer this time. She approached the woman, who looked up nervously. I'm here for an interview," the woman stammered, bouncing her baby, eyes glassy with panic. "I'm sorry I'm late. My sitter." Maria smiled gently, placing a hand on her shoulder. "You showed up. That already says more than enough." The woman blinked, stunned. Maria handed her a tissue. "Come with me. I'll walk you up." In that moment, kindness came full circle. Maria had once been given a chance, and now, she was becoming the reason someone else believed they deserved one too.